Hey guys. Okay, so I wanted to show you a little something that I do with my IL-2 settings. First, we'll go to track IR. As you can see, it's off. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to center it.
Welcome to Combat Box. You are in the secured neutral lobby.
Excuse me a second. Let me silence that guy. Okay. So what I do with my track IR is I center it. I'm sitting relaxed, nothing, not leaning forward, not doing anything, centered. Okay. Next thing that I do is I launch the game. I launch IL-2. And unfortunately, you have to do this with every plane, which is kind of tiring. And I haven't gotten every plane down yet, but I think there are quite a few people that are doing this with their VR headsets. But doing this is also applicable to head trackers, and this is what I wanted to show. So we're going to take a look at this now. Yeah, sorry, IL-2 is taking its time loading up. As you're aware, it does take some time. So just bear with me. I can probably chop this section of the video up or shorten it or whatever. Just remove it. Okay, so here we have IL-2. We're just gonna go to quick start. Click this and let's choose a plane that I haven't messed with yet. So let's take a Typhoon. I haven't messed with a Typhoon. So what I'm gonna do before I hit start is I'm going to pause my track IR. And what that's gonna do is it's just gonna turn off the head tracking and allow all the controls for pilot head movement and the zoom in, zoom out, and everything. Right? And here I'm going to hit enter because the mouse is going to control the head movement, and I don't want the head to move. Although I can press numpad 5 to center it, it's less of a hassle this way. So anyway, in case you do nudge the mouse and the head moves and everything, you can hit numpad 5 and it'll send it straight to the center where it was. So not a problem. What I'm going to do is close the cockpit because sometimes the cockpit affects head positioning. And so right now, as you can see in the upper right, we're at 60 degrees field of view. And what I want to do is I want to zoom it out. I want to zoom it out to the field of view that I like, which is about 85. And as you can see, I have a good clean field of view. I used to fly it with something like 100 or all the way out, and that's not good for spotting. So anyway, I'm going to put it at 80, 85, which is what I have it now currently at, what I'm happy with, right? And you can see that he's looking directly into the sights, right? I'm going to start the engine. And what you'll see is that the pilot is looking directly into the sights, and you don't want it to do that because there's so much more that you can see without having the sight up in your face the whole time. So just let me turn on the sight so that you can get a baseline. Jeez, hurry up. Yeah, it takes forever for the engines to start. Okay, there we go. Engine started, right? And in a few seconds the sights are gonna come on. There we go. Gun sight is on. You see it's direct center, right? You kind of don't want it to be direct center, and you kind of want to move your... Okay.
Acorn, leader. Roger.
Okay, enough. I'm going to save the site. I'm going to save this site position for you, and I'm going to turn on the tracker. And first thing you'll see is that there's quite a bit of space between you and the headrest, and it's like you're leaning forward. That's leaning forward, but it's like you're leaning forward into the site already, and it's not a natural position for your pilot to be in. So pause the head tracker, press numpad 5, that'll center it, back everything back to 0. And what you want to do is you want to hit home to move the pilot's head back, and page up to move the pilot's head up. And right about there is where I do it, and save this as a quick views. F10 basically is the default. I have it at Control F10 so I don't accidentally press it while I'm flying, and that's disastrous because when you have your head tracking on, it'll save it at whatever view, and it'll be a mess. And there's no way to go back to it. No way to go back to center from there. So you'll have to exit the game, delete the quick view file, and start it up again and reset the quick view by doing that. So I put left Control F10 as my default in order to save me the grief of accidentally pressing it. Anyway, so what that does is it puts you with a nice field of view of most stuff, and then you can just lean forward while you're playing to get that view of the site there, get view of the shots. Now if you're trying to lead the target, this is great because you come up here and you'll be able to peek over the nose of your target of your plane and get a better view of the lead of the airplane that you're trying to get a lead on, as opposed to trying to shoot it from here and not being able to look over the nose. Okay, that's one. Number two is when you look behind you, you get a very good view of the tail and what's behind from this position. So those are the benefits. I hope you like them. I hope this video helps you somewhat. And that's pretty much it. Fairly simple. I know it's a lot of work. You'll have to do it with all of your planes, but it could be worth it. So I'm gonna leave you with this. Thanks very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed, or I hope this helps you somewhat.